One, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, want to acknowledge Al-Akyam, who are pushing truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. The Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Shabai, GMS Denver. I'm going in on Jeremiah, the first chapter, and it starts at the top saying, the words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahweh came in the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, and carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Okay? And this is referring to going into captivity under the Babylonians. Okay? Okay. It says, then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, it says, in verse 5, Jeremiah 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Okay, so Jeremiah, he was a young prophet, and now reading this, I never really caught it. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't catch it. But reading this, Josiah, king of Judah, if I remember, he was also a young king. All right, let me see real quick. Josiah. So yeah, you had a young prophet and a young king. Let's see, go to 2 Kings just to prove that with Josiah. 2 Kings. Let's see. Chapter 22, it tells you, Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jedidiah, the daughter of Adiah of Baskath. All right. So the point being, hey, you had a young prophet, you had a young king during the time of the prophet Jeremiah. But let's get, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Because everybody, Yahweh knows everybody before they're born, obviously. All right. That's why, even in Romans 9, he tells you that before the babies, Esau and Jacob, before they did any good or evil, he already had chosen Jacob before they did any bad or evil, right? Or good or evil is what I meant to say. But it says here, before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. And because everything's preordained, predestinated, right? The elect is preordained, predestinated. If the Most High Yahweh didn't select you as being a part of the elect, there's nothing you can do to be of the elect. Okay? It tells you right here in Ephesians 1 and 4, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So it's all the will of Yahweh. If you're a prophet, if you're a part of the elect, it's going to be the will of Yahweh. Right now we're in the news. You look in the news, you notice that we're on the brink of World War III. And it's going to be the will of Yahweh which causes the missiles to be shot to the ends of the world. But we know that we have to wait until the micro Sihib comes out, because all the prophecies need to fall in order. But everything is the will of the Most High. Right? Let me grab Romans 9 and read that about Romans 9. Let's see. 9:11, it says, for the children, this is talking about Jacob and Esau. Really, the Spirit's got me in free will right now, right? We're going into, there's no free will like pagan Christianity teaches you, The will, everything is the will of the Most High. All right? It don't matter if you have good intentions, bad intentions. Your intentions come from the Most High Yahweh. The Spirit is going to be on you to do whatever he dictates you to do, wherever he directs your steps. You think you have free will, but you don't. All right? Romans 9:11, it says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to the election, might stand of works, but not of works, but of him that calleth. All right? So before Jacob and Esau did any good or evil, the Most High had already ordained Esau to be the wicked, to be to be the unrighteous son. He ordained Jacob to be the righteous son, the one who would inherit the blessing. He chose Israel above all the other nations, especially Esau, Edom. All right, so before they did any good or evil, it didn't matter. He had already ordained it. He was predestinated, like we just read in Ephesians 1. So, let me see, what else was I going to get? I talked about, the World War III, which we're on the brink of. Hey, this is all going to be the will of the Most High. It's not going to be the will of these leaders of these nations. It's going to be the will of Yahweh that puts the Spirit on these nations to shoot missiles at each other. And they're going to start out with the Medes, who are the Russians today, who are going to shoot their missiles and burn the whore, Babylon. Oh shoot, I went to the wrong. Salakia, let me see. Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart, which is heart is mind. The king's mind or heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So it's the leader Vladimir Putin right now over there in Russia. His mind is it's dealing with the will of Yahweh. Whatever Yahweh puts on his spirit is what Vladimir Putin is going to do. Eventually, he's going to have Vladimir Putin, the dictator of Russia. He's going to have him shoot missiles at this place, Babylon, America. It's not going to be Vladimir Putin's choice. Whatever the events leading up to it, Yahweh's going to put that spirit on him to do it, because there are going to be events that'll lead up to those missiles being shot at America. And Babylon's going to be burned with fire, It's not going to be Vladimir Putin's will. It's going to be the will of the Most High Yahweh. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. We're reading it right here in the Bible. Heart is mine. It's not going to be Vlad's choice, man. Oh, Vlad Putin. It's going to be the choice of Yahweh, the time, the day, the ordained, predestination, preordained. It's all the will of the Most High. We don't have a say in the matter, okay? You might think you have a say in the matter, but it's all the Most High. John 15, it might be John 14. No, John 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit. This is Yahushua speaking. That you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Okay? So the Most High is the one who ordains everything. He's the one who chooses us. We don't choose him. If you're one of his prophets, you're one of his prophets, and I'm talking about his sincere, true servants. I'm not talking about false prophets. But even the false prophet, he chooses. If he chooses you to be a false prophet, guess what? You're going to be a false prophet. You're going to speak lies. You're not going to speak according to the scriptures. All right? He's the one he's the one who's going to deceive you. See? As a false prophet. You're going to be out there teaching lies, and you're going to feel like you're doing the right thing, and you're not going to even realize that you're a deceiver. If you're a true prophet, guess what? He ordained you to do that, to bring forth truth and knowledge according to understanding, right? Knowledge and understanding according to truth. There's a difference with the prophets. You got the false prophets, you got the true prophets. Everybody's preordained, pre-selected by the Most High Yahweh. Don't be like the pagan Christians and tell them, like they say, they're ignorant. They say, I chose Jesus. Man, first of all, his name ain't Jesus. Second of all, you didn't choose him. And if you're calling on that name, Jesus, Cracker Jesus, guess what? He definitely didn't choose you. He chose you to be deceived. And he's dictating your steps in evilness and wickedness. All right? The prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have been pre-selected, preordained since before the foundation of the world, of the earth. Everything's been pre-packaged, so to speak. Preordained, predestinated. There's no way around this with the scriptures. All right? Everything that your Most High Yahweh declares, that's what's going to happen. Right? Jeremiah, was it 49 and 10? No, I always get this mixed up. 48 and... Is it 46 and 10? Oh, man. Okay, 46 and 10. Oh, I don't know why I'm in Jeremiah. It's Isaiah. I was off. Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Most High, he's declared the end from the beginning. All right, the way that everything's going to play out is going to be going according to his script. He's the director of the movie, you know? In Hollywood, even, if you're a director and you're directing a movie, you're gonna let that thing play out according to to the way you want that movie to be made, right? The setting, the music that's played, the protagonist, the antagonist, the good guy, the bad guy. You're gonna choose all of that, right? That's the same thing Yahweh did with the scriptures. He chose the good guy, Jacob. He chose the bad guy, Esau. You know? He chose the setting for the destruction, Babylon, America. Right? Everything is preordained. And his counsel shall stand, is what it says right here. You know, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, if he had the free will was his, he would have been able to alter history. He would be able to alter World War III, but it's not in his hands. It's not in nobody's hands but the Most High, Yahweh, who dictates everything we do, man. You know, you people that are stuck in modern pagan Christianity, you think you have free will, you think you choose the good and you choose the evil. You don't. Proverbs 24 and 20, I don't know, 20 and 24. 20 and 24, it says, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man understand his own way? So it's not up to you what happens in your daily life. You know? There's that song, was Outkast saying that in the song, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. You can plan how things you want them to go, but does it mean that that's exactly how they're going to go? No, it's the will of Yahweh. That's why when brothers in the truth, we're around each other, and every time we depart from each other, what do we say? We say, hey, I'll see you on Tuesday, or I'll see you on Saturday. What do we say after that? Lord willing. If it's the Lord's will, you know? So we don't know anything could happen. Brothers could be sent to the spiritual world. Brothers could, you know, something come up, and, you know, typically there's nothing that'll, you know, cause us to miss our camp dates. But, you know, there has been times where, you know, you don't make it to camp, you know, which you know, it's not, it rarely happens. It's a rare occasion. But, you know, I'm sure brothers in every single camp throughout the planet Earth have had brothers who weren't able to make it because of some unforeseen event. See? Because everything is the Lord's will. That's the point I'm making here. And it's the Spirit, because I didn't come into, because I'm in my car doing a lesson over here at the plantation, and I didn't sit there and say, oh, well, I'm gonna go do a lesson on free will. No, everything is the will of the Lord. He's the one who put the Spirit on me. He's the one who put these verses in my mouth. He's the one who brought me to these scriptures where I'm telling you that we don't have free will. It wasn't my plan to teach anything about free will today. But it's the will of the Most High that's where the direction of this lesson went. Right? Let's see. I'm going to go back to Jeremiah, because like I said, none of these lessons are really planned. I mean, even if you do plan it, what do we always say? Even the elders, they'll go to camp, they'll say, we got a few precepts, we'll see where the Spirit takes us. Because what's the Spirit? The Spirit's going to be whatever the will of the Most High Yahweh is, and that's what we teach that day, whatever the Spirit takes us. Jeremiah 1, and I'm still at 5, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. All right, and so we're out here prophesying to the Israelites, but we're also prophesying to the other nations, to the heathen. All right, because everybody's going to hear this truth before the end comes. And it's the will of Yahweh. Let me just keep reading this, because I want to read a little more of the chapter. It says, Jeremiah 1 and 6, then said I, Oh yeah, another one that comes to mind is oh man, my mind is drawing a blank. Jonah. That's I don't know why my mind drew a blank. Jonah. Remember the story of Jonah? He tried to put the work of the Lord off, and the Lord literally put him in a whale's belly. He was swallowed up by a giant fish, a whale. And then he basically came to the conclusion, man, I'm going to do the Lord's will if you just get me out of this situation. Right? It wasn't his decision, man. Go read the story of Jonah. He got thrown overboard by a bunch of men because they were like, man, why would you do this? Why would you put off the Lord's work? And now then they were in a violent tempest, a violent storm, to the point where when he admitted to them that, hey, maybe it's because I didn't do the work of the Lord, I didn't prophesy like he wanted me to. The men decided to throw him overboard. Why would you put that curse on us? They said. They threw him overboard. He got swallowed by a whale. And he actually lived to prophesy after that. But then it was a lesson, though. And that's what this lesson is that I'm going into right now. We don't have a choice to do the things we do like we think we do. We always plan things, right? People plan things all the time. But does it always go to things? Do things always go to plan as planned? The answer is no. It's all about the will of Yahweh. Let me read verse 7. Verse 6. Then said I, Yahweh, the Most High, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Right? Because Jeremiah was a young prophet when he got called. But Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child. For thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee thou shalt speak. You see that? Even the things that we speak, it's not about us. It's the Lord who's putting the Spirit and the commandment on us on what we speak. Verse 8, be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. All right? So we this is reassurance for the Lord's servants, the prophets. We know that we just stay bold in this knowledge, stay diligent, stay the course, which the course, Yahweh's he's either gonna let you stay the course or he's not gonna let you stay the course. And that's a fearful thing. That's why we always pray that Yahweh keeps the Spirit on us, just like our King David did. He prayed for the Spirit of Yahweh and to remain in the presence of Yahweh. Because if Yahweh decides to just spew you out the mouth, throw you out the congregation, that's the most fearful thing as a man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that we can deal with, that we can go through. That's the scariest thing that could happen. So this is why we have to have fear for Yahweh, because this is his story, man. If he wants to kick you out the congregation one day, kick you out the ministry, that's all he has to do is kick you out. And he can do that in a number of ways, Oh shit, that thing just shut on me.